Okay, can you hear me now? You guys should be able to hear me now. You hear me now? You hear me now? Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know why that stream didn't work. It kept telling me to fix the stream. So, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Technology, it sucks. It's not a good thing. How is everybody? How is everybody? Good, Snoopy's biggest fan. I'm glad you're here. Little Jen, how you doing? Jamie, just me being real. Dubes8, Joy, Megan, Messy Little Polka Dot, Twilight Zone, Karen, that's my name. Holly Jolly, Tammy, Kimberly, Misbehaving, Julie Page. I need to exercise. Snoopy's biggest fan. Lori, Darlene. Hey everybody, how is everybody? Miss Music. Great, 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 great. I think we're on the last chapter or two. So did you guys watch my interview last night with Trixie Lane? I got a few comments about people thank you, Carissa, about people telling me I guess that I should check my guests. And I disagree. I disagree. I thought it was a good interview, and you know, there were things that Trixie said that I found, like, you saw me, I was slack-jawed. And people are saying, is it true? Is it not true? I didn't say it, so I don't know if it's true. I would assume it's true because if she works for a law firm and she's spreading nonsense, then that's not right, right? Like that, she's got a lot that she would have to she would get in a lot of trouble for that. So why do it? Why do it, right? Why do it? So yeah, so some you could read in the comments, there was a couple people. And that being said, I was listening to Morbid and I was listening to Cats and Crochet, and he caught her in a couple lies, right? He caught her in a couple lies. And I thought, who's responsible for that? Morbid or Cats and Crochet? Cats and Crochet, right? Not Morbid. Um anyway, I enjoyed my interview. I enjoyed my interview with uh yeah. I just yeah, I'll remember her name if you guys aren't going to help me, who I had the interview with last night. Um with Trixie Lane. Thanks, guys. Thanks for that. I enjoyed my interview with her, and I thought that I have no reason to not believe what she's saying. So I stand by that. And if anybody comes on my channel and tells an untruth, that would be on them. It wouldn't be on me. The only time it would be on me is if I told an untruth. But yeah, there was a lot of jaw dropping moments, and yeah. And I'm gonna interview 1980 Millennial tonight. Hopefully, I'm gonna get some sleep because I didn't get any sleep from work today. I don't know why. I laid down, but I wasn't. I didn't go to sleep. Yeah, guys, 88 watchers and 26 likes. Okay, I'm trying to wake up. I was listening to her video 1980 Millennial, you know. Listen, when it comes to Gypsy Rose, we have to admit that everything we think we know shit. We know nada, right? We know nada. I am trying to put a funny video together. These funny videos, they take a lot of work. But yeah, I got something that I want to work on. If I get enough rest, I will. But okay. Okay, so the 1980 interview is happening tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, thanks for that. I will take care of myself. Yeah, no idea, like MTV. Yes. All right. All right. Are you ready? I'll have you guys know it's like 55 degrees outside. It's amazing outside. And Danny had me walking all over the place. He asked me if she went to the bathroom. Nope, she didn't. She did not. All right. So we're on page 22. We're not. We're on chapter 22 of the greatest fiction book ever written by three people. Thank you, Frenchie Mexi. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Danny always gets me in trouble. She gets me in trouble all the time. And I did something really special for her, and she didn't even appreciate it. So I don't know. I think today's not a good day for me and Danny. She's not really appreciating me. And I mean, I went out before I even got home from work and got her something. All right. Are you guys ready? Ghetto country, 420, 420, 420. 54 in Louisville. Got a pup walking on a beautiful sunny day. Yeah. Your pet pigeon got a girlfriend yesterday. She came back again today. Did they break up? Give Danny head kisses when she forgives you. I wasn't mad at her. I didn't beat her. I just told her she should have gone to the bathroom. Danny, people think I'm mad at you. All right, are we ready? We're on chapter 22. There you are, my beautiful princess. There you are. People think I'm mad at you or that you're mad at me, and you're not. Here she comes. My little princess. Okay. Chapter 22. It's in French again. Joie de vivre. That means the joy of living. Joie de vivre, cooking, is the joy of cooking, apparently. All right. You had a brown Christmas in Kansas City? I don't know that I want to know about that. Okay. Are we ready? Ready to go, guys. Happy New Year, Donna the Crazy Cat Lady. All right. Yeah, kind of your name, Joy. Joy. It's Joie. Oh, Danny took the fox. She took the stuffed fox. She's tossing it around. All right. I'd been here before. I don't mean in a car with a husband on a 13-hour road trip. I'd been detained and contained before. Nothing that I had experienced in my entire life made any sense. Like my mom's abuse. Well, it didn't make any sense, dear, because it didn't happen. The doctor's negligence. That's still kind of debatable. It depends. If somebody was getting paid extra money and scamming insurance companies, it wasn't negligence. It was criminal. Suicide watch. Unalivement watch. That was when she was incarcerated. And the hole. Oh, she finally called. Did she call it the hole last time? I thought she called it segregation. She kept calling it segregation last time. All right. So nothing she experienced in her life made any sense. Everything from her mom's fake abuse to segregation. The explanation for my rapid departure from Kansas City was vague. A security risk? Getting in the car with Ryan the next morning per our orders, I felt like an explanation mattered. Fucking owes you anything, Gypsy Rose. Who would owe you anything? You got away with MURDER, and she wants an explanation. This is Sarah Boone entitled. We loaded the car with the gifts we received the night before. Opening presents in front of my family, in front of my friends and family, felt like a bridal shower. How would you know? Because I was being showered with ordinary things I needed to start a life outside of prison. A plush lilac robe to match our lavender bathroom. That's great if you spend all your time in the bathroom. A snow white down puffer jacket, my first perfume a la Mia, 12 days of masking from when I have a spoil myself day. That's 12 days of spoil yourself. And every day was spoil yourself while Ryan went to work. And a set of makeup brushes. I was so used to using paintbrushes to put on makeup that having a pretty set was like the epitome of luxury. Imagine how Nick feels, Gyps Ahoy. Imagine how Nick feels. All right. When I opened a pair of chocolate brown knee high boots, I was so excited. I had to try them on right then, especially since my shoe size 6, by the way, just in case you want to know, was in question. Hooker boots, my dad called out, kidding but not kidding, as the room laughed. I said how I felt awkward about being the center of attention. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me get the transcriber here, the translator, and make sure that I'm reading that right. Yep, I felt awkward about being the center of attention, especially during the holidays. Then Christy said unapologetically, "This Christmas is all about you, baby girl. This Christmas is all about you, baby girl." Such BS. Do you guys believe this? See, Catherine Brown says she thinks she's going to puke. What do you want, sunshine? Don't blame it on the sunshine. Blame it on the moonlight. Look at that little tail. Little stump going wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Go lay down, handsome prince. Go lay down. Okay. The unwrapping continued. A flat iron. I wonder if she knows how to plug that in because she didn't do too good. She didn't do good with the curling iron, remember? She didn't plug that in. A flat iron, bath bombs. I wouldn't give her anything with a BOMBS at it. For my first bath in forever, a cookbook, a 3-piece luggage set for the New York trip Ryan and I would be taking in January, and Mickey Mouse stemless wine glasses for my first sip. I bought Ryan a new chain with a cross on it, and he stunned me with his mom's ring that she had given him years before to give to his future wife. Oh, I bet you she was choking on that. That was me, someone's wife in a car on a road trip to home. I'd been thinking about home a lot ever since my parole was granted. When home became less an idea and more a tangible thing that belonged to me. The week Well, I read that wrong because I got Milo giving me the side eye. He's expecting something here. He's not going to leave my side until I give it to him. Let me go give it to him. You win, buddy. You win, buddy boy. You win, Milo. Milo. You live in Mexico. Where's your bones, buddy boy? Where are the bones, boy? Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. Oh, here's one bone. Here you go, spaghetti and meatballs. That's you. Hang on, Daddy. Hang on, Mom will get you a bone. Milo, you got yours. Let's give this one to Danny. Here, Danny. Here. Here, Dan. Go ahead, Danny. I'll be right there, guys. No, Milo. Sorry about that. All right. Sorry about that. I didn't take the time. It's over here. I didn't. I only had one frozen bone, so I had to make up another one for Danny. But hers isn't frozen, but that's okay because she waits. And Milo usually ends up with the frozen bones because she's a weird dog. She's so weird. I love her. She's so weird though. All right. So a flat iron, bath bombs. Yeah, don't mention bombs. And okay, Mickey Mouse similar. Okay, future wife. Yeah, that she got the. Okay. I've been thinking. Okay, that was me. Someone's wife in a car on a road trip to home. I'd been thinking about home a lot ever since my parole was granted, when home became less an idea and more a tangible thing that belonged to me. The week prior to my release, I had to attend a mandatory seminar with all the other women who were also getting out the same day. We were informed of logistics first. Anyone who didn't have someone coming to pick them up had to board a bus, which would take them to the depot. After that, they'd be on their own. It became clear to me how many of the women in the room were meeting nobody. They were the majority, from what I could tell. That's true. A lot of people, especially prison, a lot of people, they're like, they'll have company and family like the first year and even the second and third year. But as they have more and more time, as the years progress, the visitors are less and less. So anyway, we were given information about the conditions of parole, which she didn't fucking listen to, beginning with be sure to report to your parole officer. Mine was going to be out of the state. So, along with having a husband to pick me up, this also made me realize how unique and frankly lucky my situation was. There was no luck about it. She planned this, she picked Ryan for this reason. There was talk about job search strategies, determining skills, and finding residences. But she didn't listen to any of that shit because it didn't matter to her. Her step monster already had her out as social media, and so did that Melissa moron. Somewhere about halfway through our road trip, I remembered these women, my fellow released. I wonder where they all were on day 2. Looking out the window, I counted my blessings. I had a safe and clean place to go to, a family and support system beyond belief, and a purpose to occupy my days, including writing this book. Oh, this is so shit. She was bored. She was unhappy. And the minute she didn't get her way, she started screaming, "You remind me of my mom. You're a trigger. That's a trigger. It's what my mom used to do." And Ryan didn't see the shit as warning. He just saw it as a warning. Oh, let me not piss her off, not hide the knives. All right. Counted her blessings. She never counted her blessings. I even had a therapist waiting. Well, good thing because you didn't have one for the 8.5 years you did in the state detention. My future had more of a chance than that of many of the women sitting in the bus depot back in Missouri. Suddenly, an explanation for kicking me out of Kansas didn't matter. It did not matter at all. It mattered. It mattered to you because we watched it. We watched it. Happy birthday, Cherokee girl. Let's sing together. Happy birthday, Cherokee girl. Happy birthday, Cherokee girl. Happy birthday, Cherokee girl. Happy birthday, Cherokee girl. Yay, I hear the applause. Thank you. Punky, you missed me singing. All right. What mattered was that God had decided I needed to go home. I love you, God. But you didn't have anything to do with Gypsy deciding she needed to go home. It was all about her manipulation and finding Ryan and an address and lying to her lawyers. Um, what mattered was that God had decided I needed to go home now, not next week. Every time something terrible happened, or I was blindsided, disappointed, or disregarded, something good always came from it. Look at what came from unaliving my mom. It made me into a millionaire. I had to remember to trust, just trust that I was where I was supposed to be in that very moment. Maybe I wouldn't know why, but soon enough, when I was ready, I would. The philosophy carries me through, that philosophy carries me through to this day, even after so much has happened since my release. What philosophy? What philosophy? I didn't read any philosophy. She just said she jumps out and hopes that the fucking parachute opens up. That's all she said. That's it. What signs? She wasn't talking about signs. Not at all. She was just, if it felt good, I'm going to go with it. I don't care about what's behind me. I don't care about the destruction. I don't care about that at all. That's Gypsy. We got home in the wee hours. Can you see Gypsy saying in the wee hours? Where's my Scottish people? There you go, Diane. Could you see Gypsy saying in the wee hours? No, right? Because she wouldn't, right? She wouldn't. In the early hours, let's just say it the way that Gypsy would say it. In the morning, early hours. We got home in the early hours of December 30th and crashed. I felt terrible that I couldn't share in the driving, but I did try to be an entertaining co-pilot, messing with my iPhone, pressing buttons and experimenting with sounds and displays. You were annoying. I remember watching it. And she was calling other people when she should have been talking to him. Remember that? Lounging around our new home was exactly what I needed. I toured the apartment, and it was just as Ryan had described it to me. I had coffee on the terrace. I couldn't have planned more pleasant weather. The fact that I could step outside anytime I wanted and let the mild Louisiana breeze, winter breeze, through my hair made me giddy. But that only lasted a second. And then I had to disrupt my marriage and go find my ex-boyfriend, or at least have my stepmonster do it. I kept going back inside just to step outside again because I could. It was annoying as hell to Ryan, but I just kept doing it. What the fuck? I just left the door open to the balcony and Ryan just air conditioned all of Louisiana. Don't get me wrong, it was surreal. I felt like I was walking around in Bizarro World. That's probably one of the words that Gypsy definitely put in this book, bizarro. Especially when I learned to do my very first video and post it on TikTok. It went viral, receiving a majority of supportive comments. That was before we knew who you were, you little booger snot. From then on, I'd be following a technical and emotional learning curve. Turns out, when it came to tech, I was a bit thick headed. You're a bit thick headed about everything, Gyps Ahoy. When it came to public opinion, I was a little thin skinned. Nothing thin about you, Gyps. No, no. We had no plans for New Year's Eve because I wasn't allowed to drink. Couldn't even go to a bar, part of my parole. My dad and Christy almost seemed enthusiastic that I had to forego the original plan to spend New Year's at the Chiefs Saints game. Ah, they almost seemed enthusiastic that you couldn't go. Eeh. On a brief check in visit after I got home, Dad said, "Why don't we come over to your apartment? We'll cook, put on some music, just chill, just hang out together, just us." Christy stood nodding and smiling as if a special private wish she was being granted. Dad's baby blue eyes glimmered like this was the best idea ever. It was. Ryan wasn't happy about that. Ryan had been married to her for how many years? Ryan wanted to get down and dirty. She wanted her family. That didn't include Ryan. Ooh, I think my coffee's here, actually. I think I got a delivery from Amazon. Okay. God didn't want me ringing in a new year and a new life with 70,000 strangers, but you did it online. He wanted me back where he always intended me to be, home. You destroyed your last home by murdering your mom. Why does she keep bringing God up in this? I'm taking offense to that as somebody who totally believes in God. Like, I'm taking offense to how many times she's brought up God since she's been out of jail. All of, the 36 hours she's been out, you know? My mom had taken me out of Louisiana almost 20 years before. The explanations are vague, mere guesses. She had taken me from my daddy and family and replaced the void in my heart with lies and hurt. Not true. She had taken me away from my Cajun culture, far away from what made me me. She had taken so much from me. I had taken so much from her. Yeah, you took her life, you took her last breath. But here I was, back where it all began, the bayou. That day, Dad and Christy rushed through the front door carrying bags and bags of groceries. It was the kind of intrusion only close family has the right to, and I loved it. How would you know? It was the beginning of you know that Ryan was sitting there side-eyed, just asking Gypsy's dad, "Why you cockblocking me, Daddy?" That day, they ran through the house, and I loved it. It was the beginning of my first holiday with my family, and despite it being just the four of us, it started out busy and noisy, the way I always imagined a family spending time together. Yeah, because you spent a lot of time about that. There's pictures, you guys know, of Gypsy with her siblings. So, this is shit. This is bullshit. We cooked, bantered, turned on the Saints game. Then we had a dance party in the kitchen. I never had so much fun. Unless I was with Dan at the Comic-Con. There were no black plastic bags on the windows. That was so you could walk around the house, yo. Blocking out the dancing in the street. There was no dancing in the street. That was to block out people knowing that you were dancing in the house, girl. There were only the smells of spice. Oh, no smells of deteriorating bodies or rotting skin, Gypsy. The sound of sweet laughter as opposed to your mom begging for her life, and the smooth touch of my dad's hands as he asked me to dance. Um, that's weird. Wouldn't she think she would have said something about dancing with her husband, not her daddy? This, somebody's writing about the smell of mashed potatoes. In the small kitchen of my newlywed apartment, not hers and Ryan's, but her newlywed apartment, I had my first daddy daughter dance. My dad and I swayed to Tim McGraw's My Little Girl. He twirled me, he dipped me, he hugged me close. I closed my eyes and opened them again to make sure it was all real. And she had daddy issues. The dream of a happy family I had while I was locked in the shed. Bullshit. Was not locked in the shed. Was not a dream at all. It was a premonition. I realized then I had not been released. I had been returned. Epilogue. Epilogue. How we doing, guys? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? I saw the twerking video. I want to say I saw it last night again. I think didn't Nina have it? Like Nina spun the block and brought us that again? Yeah. Big time daddy issues all at the end of the book. So hang on one second because the fan is now making me cold. So hang on. What's this? What's this, guys? Yeah, you gotta stop taking like tags off of shit. You're like your grandma. Stop taking tags off of things, Danny. You're gonna make me trip on this. It's my dog. That's my dog. All right. Epilogue. Epilogue. Hi, Ron. Louise, you're welcome. I'm glad you got it. Glad you got your bracelet. Everybody should have their bracelets now. Everybody should have their bracelets now. Everybody. Yeah, I'm exhausted because I haven't slept in almost 24 hours. I did try to lie down earlier. And I actually did. Milo slept. I didn't. But I have to because I have that interview tonight. So this is the epilogue. And if you give me a minute, I would like to have a little smoky breaky. Because when I am done with this, I have to go to sleep. See, Danny's got that empty bowl now. She's got an empty bowl. Right, Miley? Miley, Danny's got an empty bowl? Well, Mom, I eat them and then she gets the seconds. Looks like it's going to rain again. Anyway, the weather here is not bad. A balmy 55. What am I missing? We all need a smoke break after the book. I'm at the epilogue part already. And yeah. So yeah. She's a piece of work. I'll tell you what. No shame. No shame. No shame, Gyps Ahoy. Gyps Ahoy! She ain't got no shame. All right. Everybody, we ready? I feel like AG Tactical. Can you imagine him and I doing a stream together? Shortage, I'm in Plano. What's shortage in Plano? It's pouring in Maine. It's gonna come this way, my friend. Hi, Amy. Gummies and tincture for everyone and Puff Puff Pass. I found my shirt that says Puff Puff Pass. And Jamie's blazing. Yeah, well, listen, Sammy Soup, you could quit smoking. I used to smoke cigarettes. Don't pop pills. Ruth Carroll, no popping pills. Nope, no good. But this helped me for real quit smoking. Like, there's no nicotine in this anymore. But that really helped me, and I treated it like that. And I smoked for 30 years. I quit smoking 11 years ago. All right. Let's go. I was reading the comments. Shorty Pie. Yeah, cigarettes smell terrible. Yeah, I didn't like the comment about uh I didn't like the comment. This isn't a vape. No, that's that's a it is a vape, but it's a cigarette. It doesn't have anything. It's a nicotine to help, but it doesn't have nicotine in it. It had stages of nicotine, and this is no nicotine. It's got a menthol taste to it. There's another thing actually that is very good to quit smoking. Let me find it. Yeah, this. This is called Monk, MONQ, and this is coriander, orange, and vanilla. And this is really good. There's no nicotine in this. It's I forget what they call that. But there's no nicotine in that, and that's really good. Hi, teddy bear. It's way better. That's how I quit smoking. Yeah, absolutely. Vape is way better. I did quit smoking. It's hard to quit. It is. It is. It is. Okay. Milo, what's going on, buddy? Why are you gagging? All right. Are we ready? I can't stand the smell of cigarettes either. Terrible. Terrible. All right. Epilogue, A Day of Balance. June 10th, 2024. Today marks the 9-year anniversary of the MURDER of my mom, Claudine Dee Dee Blanchard. Excuse me. It is the first time I commemorate that solemn day outside of the prison walls. This year, I remember the events of that early morning as a free woman. For each of the past 8 years, on every June 10th, I experienced my grief and guilt the same way, with a wave of darkness hovering over me, a shadowy reminder that I would never again have a mom. I would try to connect with my mom wherever she is, hopefully heaven. Of course, she'd be in heaven. You're the one that's going to hell. Usually, with my head under the blanket, hiding from the world, I prayed. I spoke to her out loud. I squeezed my eyes tight and concentrated, hoping to make a connection just one more time so I could tell her how much I missed her and that I was sorry. What are you doing, Bubba? Sorry for what, Gyps Ahoy? Sorry for what? Um, Year after year, no matter how hard I tried, I never felt her presence in the way many people say they do after their loved ones pass away. Why would your mom come and see you, Gypsy? I mean, you didn't want her around when she was alive. What the fuck? I mean, but this June 10th is different. On this June 10th, I myself am a mom to be. I am pregnant. I have filed for divorce from Ryan Anderson, and I got back together with my first fiance, Ken. He's moved to New Orleans full time as we gear up to welcome our baby in January 2025. When the OBGYN's office called to schedule my first sonogram, where Ken and I would see our baby for the first time and hear the precious heartbeat, they suggested we do it on a Monday, June 10th. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? I do think this is a coinkydink. Whether it's a message, a sign, or the balance of the universe, or all three, what had been a date defined by scandal and horror and sadness beyond comprehension has now become a day of excitement, joy, and celebration of life itself. I want you to stop and pause and think for a second, because as I'm reading this, I'm thinking, I am so glad not that she was able to turn June 10th into something else. Where, what do you think Nick is doing for the rest of his life every June 10th? So I'm glad that she got to turn unaliving her mom around. But Nick doesn't. Here we go with God again. I'm getting very offended with how often she's using the word God. I believe God rights wrongs. I believe in balance. In other words, Jesus died on that cross just for what I did to my mom. Just for that purpose alone. God's only son came down and did that for me. Gyps ahoy! How convenient for her to say, I believe God rights wrongs. You right your own wrong. How about you right your own wrong? Believes in balance. If you believed in balance, that comes with the whole attitude, right? And it's not leaving or hurrying the ending of a marriage to begin another one. That's not balance. Regardless of everything that my mom and I went through with each other, that I did what I did to her and what she did to me, no comparison. I'm now carrying her grandchild. Later today, when I see my baby on the doctor's monitor, I will wish that my mom was here for this. Maybe this means she is. Oh, God. June 10th no longer has to mark an ending, but a beginning. On future June 10ths, I will continue to remember the sadness of my last moments with my mom, but now it will also be the day I experienced the miracle of my first moments with my baby. I just a juxtaposition there, a little conundrum. I like to think that my mom is telling me that she wants me to move on with my life, that she forgives me. How convenient that you want to believe that. And what I will do on this anniversary is her way of helping me change the way I think of myself every June 10th. What? I like to think that my mom is telling me that she wants me to move on with my life, that she forgives me. And what I will do on this anniversary is her way of helping me change the way I think of myself every June 10th. No matter how I read that, it's not going to read right. It's just not going to read right. Maybe now, with my freedom, we can both be released from our purgatories. Oh, so now your mom's sitting in purgatory, you thinking? I mean, like, the audacity of this little witch. Maybe now she could be free too. Well, I was going to say when you meet her in the next life, but you're going to be going to hell. Yeah, good luck with that. She always said we were two sides of the same penny. Yeah, I don't know what that means. You're the same fucking penny, same side, just two different pennies? Two different pennies, but you're both heads, or two different pennies and you're both tails? I don't know. What's the same side of the same penny mean? Two sides of the same penny. She said we were always two sides of the same penny. So two sides. Okay. Heads and tails. Who's the tails? Who's the heads? Those words that used to haunt me. Gypsy will never be happy. She will never be free. Such bullshit. I don't believe your mom said those things. I don't believe you thought you heard those things. Have been once and for all put to rest because they're full of shit and they didn't happen. Nothing will ever erase the incredible good fortune that I am now helping give life. I wonder how you feel now because I don't really think Ken's there with you. Balance is a beautiful force of nature. Again, you don't have any. As I write this, I am about at the halfway mark of my year of release from Chillicothe Correctional Center. Perfect timing to notice how balance, like she sticks to one word and then goes with it over and over again. In my life is regulating the chaos that once was. 6 months have gone by as quickly as a football season, and I can say with full confidence that despite what you might have seen or read about me, I've managed to hold on to the ball more than I fumbled it. You think so? You want to think about that again? You, I dare you. Do you want to rewrite this part? In just 6 months, I've publicly gone from newlywed to divorcee. You should be proud of that. From Missouri to Louisianan, from brunette to blonde, back to brunette, back to blonde, back to brunette, back to blonde, pregnant, not pregnant, pregnant, not pregnant, moon belly, not moon belly, fake belly, not fake belly, inmate to reality star. Don't flatter yourself. From uneducated to published author twice, don't flatter yourself. Y'all, in the past 6 months, I've also managed to make a lifetime of mistakes. I thought she was going to say a lifetime series, which was a mistake. Oh, God. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on. Mm-mm-mm. Sorry. Oh, God. I've managed to make a lifetime of mistakes. That's for sure. Be called a gazillion names. Well, not a gazillion. I think you've been called like the same names over and over again. Murderer. A mummy. Murderer. Liar. Liar big time. Murderer. Did I mention a mom? Murderer. And sneak in some necessary smart decisions. Where are those? We missed those. We missed the smart decisions. Where the hell are they? I've misused social media, given too much credence to critics and haters. Oh, I didn't know this was a comedy at the end. That's funny. Oh, God. Oh. All right, given too much credence and all that bullshit. And she said things that she regrets. Anything that got her in trouble is all. That's all she regrets, man. I was free for the first time playing catch up with technology. You don't play with technology, bitch. Current events, even lingo. So, like a fawn, about a cockroach off for flight. So, like a fawn lifting herself up on wobbly legs, it took me a minute to find my footing like a cockroach ready for flight. Those are called palmetto bugs, by the way, the flying cockroaches. Those in the southern states, you know. Initially, even though I was no longer behind prison walls of barbed wire, I still felt a sense of being trapped by my negative image because of what I'm notorious for. That's your fault. You could have taken the shit and left, just gone away, just gone away. Nobody be saying shit about you, but you had to be everywhere. And now you're paying the price. Oh, it's been a constant struggle trying to break free from a title that was put on me. No, you earned that. You earned that one all on your own, especially while trying, here we go again, to balance who I really am in a world I had never lived in, not for one day. What happened to all the years before the incarceration? I don't know. What a load of shit. I'm so glad I didn't buy the book. This is too funny. Oh god, this is funny. Oh god. All right. All right. Where did I stop? Um. Okay. Where did I stop here? It's been a constant struggle trying to break free from a title that was put on me, especially while I was trying to balance who I really am in a world I had never lived in, not for one day. It took 6 months to discover that I can't please everybody, so I stopped. I don't please anybody at all, and you never did. It's much better to be myself than to try to conform to what everybody wants me to be. Gypsy, when you look in the mirror, you don't even know who you are. I feel like people keep trying to put me in a box of either victim or MURDERER. You put yourself in that victim box. Nobody puts you in that box. Trust me, you put yourself there. Here she writes, but I am not a hero. He never said you were. The audacity. But I am not a hero. I'm not the villain either. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I don't think that there is any villain in the story. How convenient. After you learn more of my mom's backstory and read about her childhood and the bullshit, I'm not going to read this because she's lying about her mom. And she goes into the word balance again. Balance makes us human. Why does she keep going to the word balance? I chose to write this memoir because I wanted to provide some more background to the story you thought you already knew. I wanted to take my story out of the sole hands of Hollywood and tip the scale a bit more evenly with my personal lived experience. I also like to write bullshit. I also wrote it as a part of my legacy. Oh god. Her life is shit if this is her legacy. Oh. Oh. And now I will have two. My past story of being a daughter, my future story of being a mom. It will be a challenge to have difficult conversations with my child about what transpired before we became our own family. But shame is not a burden to me now. It never was, Gypsy. It never was. I know when the time comes for questions, I will give my child truthful answers, beginning with this book. And then anytime you go to a barbecue restaurant after that, your kid is gonna be fucking triggered. There were only lies between my mom and me. That is so unfair and so not true. Now I only have the truth to give. Oh, God. Oh, this is horrible. To my unborn baby, when you are one day ready to read your mama's story and learn of your ancestry, I want you to know that every choice that I have made in my life, whether it be wrong or right, has been with the hope of having you. What a crock of shit this is, and to put that responsibility on her child. Like, Let me read that again to you. To my unborn baby, when you are one day ready to read your mama's story and learn of your ancestry, that is in hopes that she will be able to do it in her time, as opposed to somebody who's 16 when maybe she's 12 decides to tell her your story, Gypsy. Because, unless you put her in a fucking little box, somebody's going to get that story to her before you get to her. Trust me. So let's start this again. To my unborn baby, when you are one day ready to read your mama's story and learn of your ancestry, I want you to know that every choice that I have made in my life, whether it be right or wrong, has been with the hope of having you. I unalived your grandma because that was the only way I was ever going to have you. How fucked up is that to put on a child? That's the truth. Okay, so the book is over. It's over. That's the end of the book. I'm on resources and acknowledgments, and I don't want to read the acknowledgments. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense for me to. Even about Gypsy, it talks about Munchausen by proxy. Well, I don't want to give any credence to that because it's not true. Exactly, Lullaby. Exactly. She's going to tell her kid that she is the reason why. Isn't that something? And yeah, there's some pictures. I could wow, look at that picture of Rod. He looks like he's 12 years old, and it's the day of his wedding. I can't believe that that's the day of his wedding. He literally looks 12 years old. I don't think you guys are going to be able to see this, but what I can try to do later. All right, Jamie, hold on. What I'm going to try to do later is I'm going to try to download the pictures, and then I'll just put up a short video with some, I don't know, bullshit behind it, and you can see it. You guys can see that. I mean, he looks like a child. I don't believe that that's his wedding day. Dude, he looks like he's 12, right? No, that's not Dan. That's not Dan. That's Rod. That's her dad. uh, the pictures. Tell me why the fuck this is in there. Can you see it? Can you make that out? Well, there's 3 months missing here, and yeah, yeah. Anyway, guys, what is the point of that? I don't understand it. Uh, no, I think to show that he supposedly paid support, right? So that's what I think is for. Oh, there's a bunch of empty pages here too. So that's okay. I took some. I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's the end of the book. Um, I don't think she really insulted Ryan all that much. Did she? Yeah, she lies about everything. She's a piece of shit. She's a terrible person. Toddy, please read her first book to us next. Oh no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Why? No, no, no. Why? No, no. Please no. I don't want to read another book from Gypsy. Excuse me. I got this in my email and I figured, okay, I'll read it, but I'd rather not read another one. Nope. But I have to go to sleep because in 4 hours, less than 4 hours, I'm going to be up here, talking to 1980 millennial commentates, and I actually have to wake up in about 3 hours because I have to take my dogs out and pray that Danny goes this time. Anyway, I'm exhausted, guys, and if I don't go to sleep, I'm gonna have a headache, and I don't want to have a headache. But I thank you, and 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 you. Ow, that hurt. Yeah, okay, and you. All right, guys, I appreciate you, and I hope that I'll see you guys tonight at 7 o'clock to see 1980 uh commentates. I didn't see where she had her baby. I don't know that she had her baby yet. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for all the heart emojis and all the good stuff. And she is a disgrace, Jen. I agree. She is a disgrace. All right, guys. I'll see you in a few hours, and thank you so much. Don't forget, what? Be better today. What? Than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow. Thanks, guys.